to this week's Unikernel Application Spotlight. This week we're looking at flag D. Flag D is kind of a feature flag evaluation engine. So, one of the more popular, well-known companies in the space would be LaunchDarkly. But this is a little Go daemon that basically does what they do, and it integrates with, all the different languages and so forth. We're going to be using Go, but it could be JavaScript or really anything. At its core, this is about as simple as it gets, right? Basically, you get an incoming request. It looks at what flags are defined, and then you can use those flags to enable stuff. So, maybe marketing wants to try out new banners or whatever, and they want only a certain cohort of users to look at them, and they want to lock it down to a specific set. So you flag the feature on, and then everybody else gets something else. But this is designed to be really kind of robust, and so the flags they can consume from all these different sources. So we're going to show you kind of a local file system one, but you can point it at the web or gRPC, or one that looked pretty interesting was using S3, so you could just update JSON in an S3 bucket. So yeah, you can go grab it at the repo. We made a little thing for it, and let's go ahead and just see how it works real quick. So by default, you just pop this open, have it listed on 8015, 8014, 8016, and 8013. 8013 is the main one. Let me show you what I did before I modified this. I think I actually already modified it, right? So the package that I wrote, I made the URI without this temp folder location, but I just threw this in because I realized it's going to make it a lot easier to demo. But basically, you can kind of see what the default file would look like. It would be in sysroot. Yeah, so this is basically what it is. And we have two flags. We have the show welcome banner one. We have the background color. This is a bool. It's defaulted off. This is a string, and it's defaulted to the red, which evaluates to this. Now, like I said, I've already changed this. So you're going to have different stuff. So pops open. It's listing on 68, 135. We're going to look at this little client program. So I just ripped this off of their GitHub. So 68, 135. And so this is an example of what your client application might be talking to flag D for. So you can pretend this is some web server or whatever. So it instantiates this new provider. I'm being very explicit with the host. By default, it's just going to talk to the local host, 8013. This set provider and wait. I actually was just using set provider and it wasn't working. You need this and wait to actually let it do its thing. Basically logs you in, and then this is the actual meat and potatoes where it gets your two flags, our show welcome banner and our background color, right? So let's go ahead and rebuild this. We run it. All right, so it says enabled and it says it's blue. Those were not the defaults. Why is that? It's because I'm serving with this config. So let's look at the config for what I'm passing in. This is actually the 9p file system that we're we're including into our unikernel. And so this is super helpful when you're testing locally because you can edit stuff on the fly. And so what I'm saying is, hey, include the temp folder and then just, read from that as is. What does that actually mean in practice? It means that I can edit these values and they will take effect immediately. So I'm changing that to green, and look, it already synced as I just hit save. We're going to turn this back to off, and again, it went ahead and synced already. Now this might not be something that you want to use in prod, but it is something that you can clearly see works pretty well as a demo purpose. And so our background color is now red and our banner is now disabled. So like I said, you know, you probably wouldn't use a file source for this in prod. It would probably be like personally for me, I might choose that S3 bucket location thing. That seems like for a lot of the stuff I've worked on, it would be a good fit. But you know, do whatever works, right? Anyways, so this is flag D, feature flagging engine running as a Go unikernel using the Nanos unikernel. Till next time.